Hi, today I'm going to read Yes We Can by Sam McBratney and illustrated by Charles Fuge. Yes, we can. Little Roo was chasing leaves one windy day. Roo's friends, Country Mouse and Quacker Duck, were waiting to play with him. Let's make a big pile of leaves, said Roo. A mountain of leaves, said Country Mouse. The biggest ever seen, quacked Duck. They began to collect up all the leaves they could find, but making a leaf mountain was hard work, so after a while they stopped for a rest. While they were resting, Little Roo said to his friend Quacker Duck, I know something you can't do. You can't jump over a big, big log. Well, yes, I can, said Quacker Duck. Quacker Duck tried as hard as she could, but little ducks aren't made to jump over big, big logs. Country Mouse thought it was so funny when Quacker Duck fell over the fallen down tree. Don't you laugh at me, said Quacker Duck to Country Mouse. I know something you can't do. You can't float on a puddle. Yes, I can, said Country Mouse. So Country Mouse tried to float on the puddle. But a little mouse isn't made for floating. Little Roo thought it was so funny when Country Mouse crawled out of the water, soaking wet and dripping. Don't you laugh at me, said Country Mouse. I know something you can't do. You can't catch your own tail. Yes, I can, said Roo. Roo tried as hard as he could to catch his own tail, but his tail would not be caught. It was too far away. Country Mouse and Quacker Duck laughed and laughed as Roo ran around in circles. Don't you dare laugh at me, cried Roo. Well, you laughed at me, said Mouse, and you laughed at me, said Duck. No one was happy. They weren't being very kind to each other, were they? No one was happy because they had made fun of someone else and someone else had made fun of them. Instead of making the biggest mountain of leaves that anyone had ever seen, they looked as they might all go home in a bad mood. They were all unhappy, and they should be for the way they treated each other. Little Roo's mother came over to see what the fuss was about. I'm not surprised the three of you look so grumpy, she said. Nobody likes to be laughed at. It was true. Nobody likes to be laughed at. Why don't you show each other what you can do, said Roo's mom. And guess what? That's positive too, when you can talk about something you can do instead of something you can't do. Roo cried, I can jump over a big, big log. And he hopped up over the fallen down tree. That's really, really good jumping, the other said. That's kind, isn't it? Those are nice words. You're making your friend feel good. I can float in a puddle, said Quacker Duck, taking to the water with ease. It's really excellent floating, the others agreed. Again, they're using positive words or being kind to each other. And when Country Mouse caught his own tail, Little Roo and Quacker Duck thought that his tail catching was the best they'd ever seen. Oh, look at their faces, too. They're so happy. There now, said Roo's mother. Can we all be friends again? Little Roo, Country Mouse, and Quacker Duck looked at each other. They were all thinking the same thing. Yes, we can. And they can feel good about that, can't they?